All right, we got former Bruins goalie Andrew Raycroft in the building. Help us get ready for Game 3, a huge Game 3, obviously, for both teams, tied at 1 heading in. And, well, Bruce Cassidy mixing things up a little bit at practice today. Take a look at the lines. Most notably, David Pastrnak moving down to that third line alongside Charlie Coyle and Marcus Johansson. Here's Pasta and the head coach on the change.
Yeah, well, obviously they're playing well. They're great players, and finding some chemistry between them too. So, I'm just gonna try help them as much as I can.
So he'll fit in fine there. It's just a matter of finding his spots when Charlie likes to dish it. Jojo loves to make plays, so to have a shooter over there should excite him. So if that ends up a line, we'll see. But best laid plans, right? You never know how chemistry is going to unfold.
There's not a lot of players like Pasta, I think, and what he can do out there with the puck and how he makes plays is it's pretty fun to watch. So, but I guess we'll see tomorrow.
This is the third line David Pasternak's been on the postseason. Of course, we saw him on the top line for the entire year. Got moved down with David Krejci's line, but it just hasn't been the same guy that we saw during the regular season. So Bruce Cassidy trying to mix things up a little bit.
He's mixing things up, and he's done that all year, and he's had a really good pulse. He has a really good finger on the pulse of the team. He knows how guys feel, knows how guys are going, and I think at this point now he just wants to get David going, and whatever chance he has or whatever opportunity he has. And I think we saw them play well together the little bit they did in the last game, in game 2, I should say. And they're just looking for a spark. The top line needs to get going as well, and all of this culminates up to the power play as well. That's where they're really going to get the points. That's where they got them last series. And as long as these guys play together and play tight and can get some power play offense going, they'll be okay.
You can see Carson Kuhlman back up with David Krejci's line as well. And so the Bruins obviously winning Game 1 in overtime, losing Game 2 in overtime. But Bruce Cassidy feels his team's in a good place right now.
We're 1-1. We wanted to be 2-0. It was close. Could have been either way. I think the guys realize that what it takes to get the win. So I think we like our position right now, like the way we're playing. So I think that usually leads to a positive mindset. I like being around each other too. So I see a group in a good place right now.
Do you agree with that?
100%. I do, 100%. They're not gonna sweep every series on the way in.
No, but you had leads late in that game. I mean, obviously you would have liked to have had that one.
You want to have everyone,
sure,
especially the ones at home. You're in overtime. You take 2 penalties in overtime. It's not the best feeling afterwards, but this group is positive. They understand that they're not going to win every game, and they have a great bounce back. And you see Coach Cassidy talking there. He understands it. He's calm. There's no tension in his voice. There's no tension in his body language. And he's making changes. They're adjusting. They had 2 days. That's huge, too. It feels already like it was a week ago from Game 2, now that we're looking at Game 3. It's just that extra time period for them to come off a big series in Toronto, playing every day since every other day since April 11th. It's a big deal to get that 2 days rest. Make a few adjustments, but there's no pressure, there's no tension on them right now, and I think that's a positive.
And it would be a 2-0 series lead for the Bruins, if not for Sergei Bobrovsky's play. He's been outstanding between the pipes for the Blue Jackets. Here's what David Pastrnak had to say about that.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a goalie coach, but he's fast on his feet. Covers the bottom of the net really well, and he's been in the league for a while, and he's a good goalie, top goalie. So I have to find a way to beat him.
All right, so David Pastrnak is not a goalie coach. That was his analysis of Sergei Bobrovsky's play. What about you as a former goalie?
Yeah, I'm not a goalie coach.
No, you're not a goalie coach,
default,
but you know a little bit about a little bit about the position. Yes. What's he been doing well?
No, he's a world-class goalie. He's an Olympian. He's a Russian Olympian. He's a 2-time Vezina Trophy winner. He has a long resume. He has a lot of credentials, and the Bruins knew going into this series that the strength of the Columbus Blue Jackets was their goaltending. And Bob's showing up the first 2 games. He's played really well, made all the saves he needed to, especially in Game 2. He made some big saves in overtime. But the Bruins will make adjustments. Again, that's the best part of this time of season. The goalies are making adjustments to the shooters. The shooters are making adjustments to the players. And it just makes it so interesting game to game. And he's going to be tough to beat. All the way through, it's going to be tough to beat. That's going to make the games really tight because Tuukka's playing well as at the other end as well. So it makes for great hockey. And all the way through now, you're going to run into a hot goalie. The further you go into the playoffs, you're going to have a good goaltender in front of you because you just can't get this far without it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out in Game 3. The Blue Jackets, again, they haven't lost more than one. Well, they actually have only lost one game since March 3rd, and that one loss was to the Bruins. And so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.